How's it going, guys? It is LB Productions and welcome to a Fairy Tail chapter 503 prediction video. Now firstly, I'd just like to announce why I am on this screen is because this is what my first theory is going to be about, but mainly because I'm in that year where I have exams, like a lot of exams, and I obviously still enjoy making content, so I thought, obviously I can't go into mass editing, like finding different pictures, downloading them, and then adding them to Sony Vegas, because that takes about 40-50 minutes, and a bit longer, which unfortunately I do not have a lot of time for. So here, we're going to have the Fairy Tail chapter 503 theory video in a different manner, and if it's alright, I'll keep it this way. If not, I'll try as hard as I can to go back to the old format. But now, let's begin. Firstly, I think that as we did with the end reveal and all that, we're going to disappear from Paula Yusuka for a bit. Whoa, wait. She looks so different there. I haven't seen this picture. And that's Makarov. Okay, yeah. We're going to disappear from Paula Yusuka for a bit, because when Grey found out that Natsu was end, we haven't seen Grey ever since. So, I think either we won't go back to Paula Yusuka, or we will, and I'll predict that in... well, not in a future video, like soon. But yeah, hopefully, we get to see more of Grey, as I was saying, Grey's end reaction, and obviously Grey probably heads to Natsu, or Graham, he watches Demaria, sees where she takes them, and then maybe he'll save Natsu and Lucy, and then fight Demaria to himself and try and work out what END is. Another thing is that Irene is on the lookout for Mavis, because Mavis did a runner. But yeah, hopefully what we all wanted for is that Irene runs into Urza on the way. That was perfect timing. I did not know this picture was going to come up. Yeah, and he runs into Irene on the way. Irene and Urza, and we better get this family revelation, because this is really, really, really annoying me. But we probably won't. But yeah, main thing is that the next chapter is called The Last Sight I Beheld. And so maybe this could refer to Irene's magic, because I'm saying where Mira's fighting Irene. The two people that are fighting were just swords. She manipulated their magic there. She manipulated the swords into like magic beings, into senses. So maybe it could be she turns someone blind on the way. She manipulates their senses, or just something among that. It could also refer to Mavis seeing Zara for the last time and recalling their memories, or Zara and Mavis being close for the last time before they started arguing and going to war. But yeah, my next theory is, I've spoken a lot about this guy, LARCADE /Rakide Dragonil. I read it as Rakide. It says just here, I'm going to go back through these pictures, LARCADE Dragonil, and then it says here, LARCADE, so I'm unsure what translation is correct, but the wiki has it as LARCADE. But yeah, so I currently doubt that he's the father or the brother of the pair, but what I think is that he's either the Edless form of Zereth, because don't forget at the moment, Zereth is the darkness and LARCADE, he could be the light. Edless doesn't have opposites, but maybe that could be an opposite during that point. That LARCADE is the opposite of Zereth. Another thing is that he is still from Edless, but yeah, let me go back to the first picture. You see these tattoos? If we look into Acnologia for a bit, he's got similar tattoos here, so another theory is that it's Edless Acnologia. I can take down this one. Here we go. Yeah. Another theory is that he's the child of Zereth and Mavis, which sort of makes sense, because Mavis is the light, Zereth is the dark. It can explain why he's working for Zereth, but he has like light magic. Or that he's the future child of Natsu and Lucy, which again explains his celestial... well, he's not a celestial spirit, or uses celestial spirit magic, but he's the holy magic, and he's extremely religious. And there's this picture here, he's a Dragonil overall. But yeah, so hopefully we get to find out what LARCADE is very soon. Next we got, obviously, Natsu's tumor. It could either be End, which that's got nothing to do with it, okay, it's only the top row which seem to have things. But yeah, hopefully, yeah. So kind of the end is revealed. Mario might kill Natsu, and the tumor is reborn to make end. Or a big theory that I have is that Igneal dragon antibodies didn't fully work, because Igneal did say there was a chance that the antibodies wouldn't stop the dragon slayers from becoming dragons. Well, they did stop them, but there's still a very, very small chance that they can become dragons. So, as I saw when I was reading the actual chapter, it could mean that that tumor means that Natsu is actually becoming a full-fledged dragon, which makes the apparent film title, it says here, Natsu Dragonize. So yeah, maybe that could be Natsu turning into a dragon, or at least half a dragon. But yeah, and then maybe if he does become a dragon, he can start switching forms and he can fight Acnologia. And since he's going to be a dragon and not a demon, maybe he won't die with Zerif. I don't know, that's just a weird theory. But yeah, so that is my video. But finally, I'd like to say that the weird title sort of matches the weird title. What did I just press? The weird title where people seem to quote unquote die, like with Gargiel. There was a ship confirmed saying the two of us forever and ever. And then obviously not Grain Juvia was when Juvia died. That was a weird title. I'm saying this seems to be more of a romance title as well. What was it called? The Last Sight I Beheld. Natsu's last sight as normal could be Lucy. Or just something like that, where he quote-unquote dies and becomes E&D, dragon, or whatever, yeah. But like I said, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, a like rating would be appreciated. If you're alright with this format, just let me know. If you want to go back to the other one, then I can try my best to do that. And I will see you all on Monday. Goodbye.